There is one accusation that changed everything. Not Megxit. Not Netflix. Not even Spare. It was the moment Meghan Markle sat across from Oprah Winfrey and said there had been concerns inside the palace about how dark her unborn son's skin might be. The reaction was instant. Global. Deafening. A collective gasp rippled far beyond Britain, landing squarely inside Buckingham Palace, where silence is tradition and restraint is doctrine. Yet this time, even the late Queen Elizabeth II broke protocol, issuing a rare statement acknowledging the claim while carefully disputing its framing. But the damage was already done. That single allegation didn't just reshape public opinion. It elevated Prince Harry and Meghan from disaffected royals to international symbols of activism. Suddenly, they weren't just telling their story, they were confronting what supporters called structural racism at the heart of Britain's oldest institution. And the world rewarded them for it. In October 2022, the Sussexes were honored with the Robert F. Kennedy Human Rights Ripple of Hope Award. Kerry Kennedy praised their moral courage, calling them heroic for challenging an institution that, in her words, could not continue without reckoning. 2 days later, Harry and Meghan stood on a glittering New York stage honored alongside world leaders, declaring their fight against oppression had only just begun. But less than a month later, the narrative fractured. While promoting Spare, Harry sat down with ITV's Tom Bradby and did something no one expected. When asked directly about the Oprah interview, Harry insisted he had never accused his family of racism. Not racism, he said, unconscious bias. A subtle distinction. A seismic reversal. The fallout was brutal. Commentators accused Harry of hanging his family out to dry, then quietly stepping back from the very claim that earned him global praise. Critics asked the obvious question: if the accusation wasn't racism, why accept an award built on confronting it? Others pointed out that while the Sussexes never used the word explicitly, they also never corrected the narrative, something Harry himself had condemned the palace for failing to do in other scandals. The irony wasn't lost on anyone. Royal experts didn't hold back. Some called the backtracking unforgivable. Others said the award should be returned. Even sympathetic voices noted the contradiction: you can't allow the world to draw its own conclusions and then deny responsibility for them. Harry doubled down anyway. On ITV, on American television, again and again, he stressed the difference between racism and unconscious bias, arguing that the latter, if left unchallenged, could become the former. He accused the palace of missing a chance to learn, to modernize, to follow through on promises like appointing a diversity lead. According to Harry, the monarchy still has a future, just not the way it is now. And that's where the story becomes complicated. Because institutions don't operate on nuance. Public trust doesn't pivot on technical definitions. Once an allegation is released into the world, it takes on a life of its own, especially when it's never fully clarified, only reinterpreted after the fact. Today, Harry and Meghan remain decorated advocates in some circles, while in others they are viewed as architects of confusion, raising a charge powerful enough to shake the monarchy, then softening it just enough to leave everyone exposed. The royal family absorbed the blow in silence. The Sussexes moved on to awards, platforms, and speaking tours. Yet the question still hangs in the air. Was this about accountability or optics? Was it a moral stand or a narrative that slipped out of control? What's certain is this: the accusation changed the trajectory of the Sussex story forever. And no matter how carefully it's reframed now, the echo of that moment still defines everything that followed.